Welcome, everybody. It is January the 19th, 2026, and we are doing the tail end of the law of sacred purpose. There we go. Pushed all the right buttons. Okay, so there's the title of the book. We are doing pages 85 to 86. It is really just getting to know Gaia, a little journey to Gaia. I found a meditation to show you what the higher realms mean about how to visit Gaia, because it's our grounding and it creates the flow of gratitude between us and the planets, which is really important. Gratitude is the golden energy that dissolves everything that's not of love. So we're working with Sanat Kumara, and yeah, in the root chakra. We're still in the root chakra. Yep, pages 85 to 86. And if you want to listen to any of the audios that go to the transcripts that we're studying, it's just through the yellow circle on my homepage, .ca, voiceoffreedom.ca. And of course, if you want to access the YouTubes at any time, that's on the homepage too. You want to do a little homework or anything. Okay, so we're gonna welcome everyone. My apartment is full right now. Our galactic friends, our guides. So thank you to the Mother, the Divine Mother, for all these teachings and organizing this information, to the mighty archangels who are surrounding us and helping with this ascension that's so unusual. It's the first one that's ever been done the way it's being done right now. So it's us really embodying the higher realms in a physical form, really understanding the energy and the information. Oh, here comes Barbara. Okay, good. And welcome to the Ascended Masters. Sanat Kumara is an Ascended Master. He is the keeper of universal law. Okay, I just need to do this again. There we go. And the beloved, all the enlightened beings and the beloved saints, and of course our guides and guardians, and to Gaia for holding us. And we're going to be focusing on Gaia today. Okay, so let's surround ourselves. Let's first put if you feel like putting the velvet cloak of the mother on, it is really our freedom, our truth, our power. So enveloping yourself in that blue energy is a part of our ascension. Really getting to know the mother, that the energy of the mother that has not been so well known on this planet as in most religions. Source energy, God, source energy points to more of a masculine way of being. So we haven't known as much about the Divine Mother, but the energy of the Father and the Mother is an equality of source. And we're learning and remembering that in our physical forms, that we are of the Mother and the Father energy. So Archangel Michael along the door wall, coloring that whole wall blue. And then Michael stands in the corner with his blue flame of truth. And then Raphael along the next wall, his emerald green of healing and love. And he carries an emerald flame and stands in this corner. And then Archangel Uriel and his silver of truth. And he carries a flame that you can hold in your hand when you're going within to face anything that's difficult to look at. He really helps with that. So you can call on him for that. And then, of course, Archangel Yophael, the magenta amethyst along the fourth wall. And he stands here. And I've been experimenting with this Yofi dust. It's like fairy dust a lot lately. It is super magical. You can send it out to the entire planet into situations, and anyone that's having difficulty. It really lightens up the energy. It's super magical. Highly recommend it. And then we'll put Archangel Gabriel in the middle with Sanat Kumara and the golden spiral, and Sanat Kumara carries his scales of balance, these golden scales, to help us remember the balance of the masculine and the feminine, our divine alignment, and everything golden, which is our joy, that gratitude. Gratitude, the give and the receive of gratitude. So to better understand the root chakra, it's a good idea to invoke. You can use the laws and invoke them. They want us to. And when we invoke, in comes information when we sit still and listen. So it's a good idea to be in a space of receiving when if you do invoke. But let's invoke the law of compassion for complete enlightenment for everyone on the planet, the perfect balance within with the Buddha, and the law of sacred purpose with Sanat Kumara for the healing with the mother. And we'll do our breathing exercise and ignite our tri-flame now. And the reason I put this shape right here is when the lotus on the top of your head, which is a crown chakra, this is our crown chakra that looks like a lotus. When you look straight down on it, it looks like this. So it looks like a giant umbrella. And you can feel that on the top of your head. And just for the energy to go right down through the center, and then it goes right down to your heart. So that energy of light going straight down into your heart is part of our divine alignment. And it's a good idea when you're breathing at least once or twice a day to do this. And we're going to learn how to go right down to the center of the planet as well. Sanat Kumara recommends that we do this at least once a day. And that igniting of your tri-flame helps us remember our balance so that as you go about your day, things go more smoothly and the letting go happens much more quickly of the old systems. So let's breathe in any color that you feel like you'd like to, and pause a little bit and just pull it down, straight down through the upper chakras on the out breath, drop right down into your heart. And let's imagine the tri-flame or the three roses. And let's do this ignition where we are igniting the blue flame for the healing, the remembrance that everything is forgiven in the higher realms. Your freedom, that is your freedom, your truth, your power. It's just like that blue velvet cloak. And then the golden energy of the Father, the gratitude, the joy, the divine alignment, working with the laws, the golden energy, your self-worth. And the pink flame is our awakening to the truth, to remembering that our truth is in that divine spark right at the base of the tri-flame. And the golden energy is also this action piece. So let's ignite our flames, ignite the truth. So breathe the deep rose in the middle of your tri-flame. Breathe into if you're working with the roses, breathe into the rose and feel it expand within yourself. Breathe into the flame. Just really feel the pink of your wholeness. Feel how loved you are, how unique, how magnificent. Every single being on planet carries this pink flame, and it's a remembrance of our uniqueness and our magnificence. And then to the blue, breathe in that blue for that expansion of your freedom, your truth, your healing, your power. This is your self-love embedded in the blue. And then to the gold, whether you're expanding the rose or working with the flames, this is the action of gratitude, the action of working with the laws, your self-worth. So just really feel that expansion within your being. And then braid all that energy into one and feel it extend up, 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 right back to source and straight down to Gaia as well. That energy from the center of your being can braid it into all the colors or into the green of the oneness. And just feel that divine alignment with the planet and with Source. And breathe violet. This is the violet of Saint Germain. And breathe gold, because SK, Sanat Kumara, he overlights us in this. The higher realms have need of the fullness of our support on the planet. And just feel that divine alignment to Gaia. Feel the energy flow down to Gaia and straight up to Source from the center of your being. And this is a beautiful exercise to do every day. Just really sense your tri-flame and expand that energy of the colors. Okay. So yeah, this is the energy from the heart space. It travels straight down to the center of the planet, and that's what we'll be doing today. And it goes straight up. This is our divine alignment to the heart of one, to Source, where we're originally all birthed from. The heart of one, from the 13th octave, it's also called, from Source energy, the mother, the father, the oneness. And originally we're all birthed divine as angels, and we can stay angelic or we can go off on adventure. Right now we're human on Earth, helping bring balance to this planet. Remembering the universal laws that help us bridge the understanding of Source and Earth. We're bringing that energy from Source right into our physical form and remembering our divinity. And that is the awakening that is happening on the planet right now. We are in our creative force. So the idea is to create in everyday little things balance within the self, extended to family, extended to community, extended to planet. Okay, and it's our sacred purpose. This is our sacred purpose, to be in our joy, creating and surrendering. Surrender into the love, the incredible love relationship within yourself, into that gratitude for yourself, your beloved sacred self, and your sacred purpose. It's one and the same. Everyone has come with sacred purpose. If we were all in our sacred purpose, they fit together like a mosaic, the whole planet would be at peace, because sacred purpose is very peaceful. Okay. So yeah, and we can surrender deeper and deeper, like just make it a practice every day, even before you get out of bed in the morning. Just keep communicating with your guides, surrender, and allow your guides to speak to your heart. So sometimes it's not really English. It's more like deep knowing, and it gets easier and easier to heart listen the more you practice. So dropping into your tri-flame, expanding it, and surrendering into that heart listening that's available in the heart space is a really important practice to keep us on track, to keep us going deeper and deeper into sacred purpose. We are working with this electric energy. So this lower chakras, and we're in the root right now. It's really coming to know gratitude. Gratitude for yourself and for your purpose. So just know this energy in the lower chakras that we'll be working with a lot. It's really connects to your joy and being in gratitude for each other as well. So really being in that place of admiration and respect and gratitude for everyone on the planet, no matter what role they're playing. The more we send out that golden energy to the collective, it really helps all of us remember more and more and more. Yeah, there it is, that golden currency. And when you send it out, it comes right back to you. And working with this golden energy creates abundance, it creates money, it creates more and more and more blessings. It's really miraculous working with this golden energy. It is the golden currency of the higher realms. It's that gratitude for each other. And then it just you change up your field into this golden energy of being grateful for everything from early childhood experiences, no matter what has happened, family, especially mom and dad, that equal blessing of each, and bringing it back to the self, to the child, to our siblings, to our friends, to our community. It really shifts everything. And this is what we're shifting, all this old density. So we want the energy between the masculine and the feminine to be smooth, without tension, inside the self and without on the planet. So yeah, that density, it's a lot of old systems that have created war, pollution, homelessness, lots of addictions. We really have mastered what doesn't work. So now it's time. It's really time to focus on our joy, the divine qualities and our joy. And then this all just dissolves away. And it becomes really, really fun to be in form on Earth. My principal guide said this: there is no such thing as mistakes. The only mistakes humans make is in judgment, when they judge themselves or others to be less than, when they do not see the glory of their own divinity. And that is just sad. So the blue flame in the heart, it's a really diamond energy too, the tri-flame. The mother talks about these flames as diamond energy. And what is diamond but the hardest substance on earth? It's one of the most, it's diamond. I haven't got the right wording, but yeah, that diamond energy, the blue, is us really seeing the glory of us as humans, basically. So using that energy, you can see how the blue and the yellow and the pink are very powerful. Yeah, diamond energy. And when you're focusing on that diamond energy in the heart, the density just melts away. So this is the Universal Law of Sacred Purpose, page 85. And this is the end of this teaching from Sanat Kumara, who is keeper of universal law and also our universal logos. So he's overseeing this plan for all of us to come into divine alignment. And he's super excited because he tells us that the planet is coming along quite nicely. It's a huge project. So he says, talking about aligning daily with Gaia, with the planet beneath our feet. So first of all, he says, you are firmly planting your feet in Gaia, deeply embedded in the heart of Gaia. So every day, a minimum of once a day, because you are on this journey with Gaia. So even when you're just standing on the grass or in the snow, or, feet in the dirt or in the water, it's imagining that your feet are right in the planet and you're like buried up to your knees almost. But then he goes on to say, you go down, you drop your cord out of your root chakra. So when the base of the spine, there's that ruby red root chakra. There's a cord that goes from that chakra right down to the center of the planet. And he says, see yourself going down through the layers of her directly to the heart of Gaia. And you give her your cord, you give her your heart, and you remain firmly anchored in Gaia. This is how you remain fully anchored in the fifth dimension. So the fifth dimension is connected to your solar plexus. This is the dimension of managing change with gratitude, and it is your power center, and it's bright yellow. It's right above the belly button. So, and he says, so anchoring right down into the middle of the planet. But I've got a meditation so you can really understand this. So yeah, there's the fifth dimension. This is the ruby chakra at the base of your spine, and there's a cord that goes right out the base of it. Okay. So this is a way to be with Gaia. It's a really beautiful meditation, and you can do it very quickly. I'm going to take a few minutes just to explain it, but what you do is you feel yourself traveling down through your root. Feel that red cord that ties you to the planet. So you go down through your house, the carpet in your house or your building or your apartment, down through the wood, through the cement foundation of your house or your building, down through the soft earth, keep going through the gaseous layers and feel yourself diving into the deepest part of the ocean, past the rocks, past everything, diving deep into the wonderful blue that has carried the mother's tsunami of love that has washed you clean and expanded you. So the mother's been sending us this energy of love for years now. And it's water energy, but it's her energy of the knowing that everything is forgiven. But she calls it a tsunami because she really wants us to wash ourselves clean of all judgment so that we can be free. And that's what the tsunami of love is. So she's saying, dive deep into the ocean in imagination, and you're going deep down into the center of the planet here. Go deeper until you reach the mouth of what appears to be like a cave. And your lungs are mer lungs, so you're like a mermaid. You're deep in the water in the center of the planet. There is no problem. And they even recommend becoming your dolphin self. So the dolphin is free, it's a really happy, and it's a joyful being. Everyone has a dolphin as well in your field that is like a guide, but they're asking us to become our dolphin self. So, and to find this cave, and there standing at the mouth of the cave, like a warm, dry portal in the middle of the ocean, stands our beloved Gaia, an ancient woman with her beautiful white hair and sparkling eyes and her smile that is quite literally archangelic. She is an archangel. And that has savored and lit millions of stars and universes. She's ancient. And she took on this role to be Earth and for this journey because it's been such a long journey into what doesn't work. And now we're coming out of it after mastering what doesn't work. So to have this being that's been with us this whole time has been really amazing. So our gratitude to her for holding us while we've been on this journey, rediscovering ourselves, who we truly are, is something that we can go and visit her and say thank you to her every day. And they recommend that we do this every day. So you just go down through the different layers, just drop out of your root chakra in meditation and go down through the carpet and the wood and the cement in your building, down through the soft earth, down through the gaseous layers, down through the water layers, and feel yourself being washed clean of all the judgments, and right down to the center of the planet. And you come to like a cave, and then she is standing there with her young, old face, extending her arms out to you, and you swim up to her, and she embraces you and lifts you through that porthole. That's a portal into the dryness of her beautiful cave, her sacred space, her home, her temple. And you feel your feet firmly on the sand or upon the shale, and you feel the warmth of this secure and loving place. And Gaia is placing her arms around you and leading you towards the center of the cave. So it's just this beautiful meditation where you go down through the layers, you become your dolphin self, and you swim up to this portal, and there she is. And you can remain your dolphin self or just become your human self and just follow her into the cave. And then from there, you can the quickest thing to do is just give her your cord for her to hold, and then that anchors you. And then you can just go right back up and say bless her and thank her, and then you can go right back up your cord, back up into your root and back to your heart space. Or you can put your head in her lap and rest. You can weep your tears with her and she will transmute them for you. She wants us to really let go of all these judgments and come into our space of joy. Also, right close to her, there is a council fire that's surrounded by elders and star beings. And they love it when you sit down and talk to them because they've got all kinds of stories and wisdom to impart. So, if you feel like spending a little bit more time down in the center of the planet, it is a super magical place and highly recommended that we do it every day so we are grounded. So we're in our physical forms because we've had so much trauma, we don't tend to be in our physical forms so much. Yes, Ken or Lillian?
Well, um, oh, what was I going to say? I just, oh, I'm sorry, I lost it.
That's
I'm
okay.
back.
Have you done this? Have you done this before, Ken, where you've gone down to visit Gaia?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, good.
yeah, I have. It's really neat. Oh, I know what I was going to say. It's about the council fire.
Yeah.
Um, one of the things I got from somebody else is that the um, inner planet is populated by souls called the Arganthas. Arganthas. And um, I was wondering if those were the people that were sitting there as part of the council.
The Argarthians, I think, right?
Garthians, yeah, okay.
Argarthians, yes. They could be. They could be, definitely.
Okay. I just
Yeah,
wondered.
yeah, yeah. That's a whole nother realm that's in the planet. So yeah, it's super, things are not as they seem here. So yeah, that's you can go visit them as well. Um,
Okay.
from my understanding, the beings around the council fire are star beings.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think there's more to that than meets the eye as well. I feel like they're very indigenous too. So like shaman energy. Yeah. Yes.
Hmm.
So it's fun to sit with them. Hmm. Yes, and what they're doing is they're tending to that fire. So because the fire energy, that golden fire energy is very powerful, and it's reminding us to be in our joy, be in our joy, be in our joy. The joy of purpose, that gratitude. And when you're in gratitude for everything, it shifts the whole field so that you feel better. There's all kinds of healing that happens. It dissolves old energy. Gratitude is really, really powerful. And so visiting with Gaia is healing and a way to show our gratitude to her for holding us for this very long journey that's been millions and millions of years. She has been very dedicated. And I'm sure there's been times when she's had enough and I remember when there was an oil spill in the Gulf of America or Mexico, I think it's called America now. um, she came and said she'd almost had enough because we're just, we're not paying attention. So going down and blessing her helps her to keep going because we are almost there, but there's still quite a bit of kerfuffle on the planet. Mhm. Okay. So Sanat Kumara says, then what you are doing, and I would urge each and every one of you not to spend all your day working in the old third because it is exhausting. So now we're back up in our hearts and we're going about our day. This is something, that journey to Gaia can be done even before you get out of bed in the morning. It can be done with your meditation practice, igniting your flame, dropping down to your root, going down and saying thank you to Gaia. It really anchors us in the give and receive of gratitude and starts your day off right. And you'll feel the energy of Gaia. It's so beautiful. She is such a lovely being. And it just makes the day so lovely. So, but it's a practice of doing it, remembering it, and being conscious. We tend to forget, and we're not so consistent. So if you can anchor in a consistent practice of visiting Gaia at least once a day, it changes everything. And then Sanat Kumara says not to spend our whole day in the old third because it's exhausting. It does not give us incredible joy or freedom. So do go to work, but then play, really play in the renewed third. And that means being outside, enjoying the beauty, the bunnies, the deer, the dogs, the cats, the grass, the dirt, nature, the sky. And he says to travel interdimensionally because your sacred purpose is not simply tied to cleaning up the third. So really get out in nature and enjoy nature. And Jane is a great one for that. She loves being out in the forest. She lives by the forest. She's out in the forest all the time. Yeah. So she's a great example of that. We are not simply the cleanup crew. It is not simply to come and be the cleanup crew. Are you the cleanup crew? Yes, but you also get time off, so you would tend to the necessities, knowing that you are creating more than enough, amply what you need for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, and for your community, but don't anchor there in the old third dimension where it's really it's dense energy. It's not so uplifting and fun. It's the old systems. See that you are leaning over, reaching into the third, but you're not staying there. You're not living there because you cannot live in the mist. And that's the old density. The key is to not getting stuck in ego, is to simply love it. Love it and then love it some more. We are not out to destroy ego, but we are here to assist in bringing ego into balance. So ego has been really helpful in keeping us protected, but now the idea is to his teaching, Sanat Kumara's teaching, is to just love, love, love the ego so it calms down. This tends to be where ego likes to live. But when you're just loving it, it just calms right down and all this fades away. Okay. Ego is that part of yourself, a delightful part of the personality that tends to need, especially during this time, during transition, a tremendous amount of reassurance. And when you reassure the ego, when you reassure your mental and emotional body that they are not being shut down, then they allow you to operate in the higher vibration. So tell it, talk to it, reassure it, love it, appreciate it, and then set it aside. Okay, so that's the end of that. And then there's one more quote that kind of sums up the law of sacred purpose. The interdimensional reality is strong upon earth at this time. So that's the higher dimensional ways. That's the joy, all the blessings and virtues, the divine qualities, that excitement to be alive and be in your purpose. And it is being restored rapidly every single day. But what we speak to you of this day is not simply what is occurring and what is the framework for earth for each of you, but for all. That is important for you to understand. What is ascension? It is moving into the heart consciousness. It is a restoration of love. It is the alignment with sacred purpose. And what is that? It's how we began. It is the alignment of your heart, your mind, your will with the heart and mind and will of Mother, Father, One. Yeah. And not to forget this electric currency. So that is part of the will. And it really connects with the Father energy, but it's also part of the Mother energy too, this gratitude. But that alignment with our will connects with the electric energy, that gratitude. And in the higher realms, there's not really any animosity between beings. They're in such a high state of love. There's absolutely no judgment. It's impossible to judge anything. And that's what we're remembering here. And when we work with gratitude, it helps us find that joy, that respect, that admiration for each other, for everyone, for all the roles everyone has played. And then we come into the oneness. This is our golden ascension spiral that we're going up into the higher dimensions on. That golden currency of gratitude for each other. Yeah. So when you use so we talk about sending love at the end of these Zooms, what we're doing, we're sending the green energy basically, but it's the blue and the yellow. So it's the seeing the higher perspective and feeling grateful for all the experiences, really knowing there is no judgment, everything is forgiven. That's the blue energy. And being grateful for all the experiences, it dissolves, literally turns into this green energy. Blue and yellow makes green, and that's what we're sending out to the planet. And we're using our breath. So then the density, there is no density in the physical form. There's no judgment. There's no tension in the body. When the body tenses up, we create physical pain. When it's relaxed, there's no pain. And that's why the sound baths are really healing and really breathing color. Because in color that we relax. When you breathe that color, you relax. And then the breath sends that energy out to the planet. And I've been working with sparkles lately and just sending the sparkles out to the planet. You can do that with your breath. And you can feel those sparkles inside of you as well. Super healing. And it just really magical too. So, any questions? Yes, or comments? Yes, Ken.
Um, okay, so what you're talking about with the sparkles, is that sort of like Yofi dust?
It is Yofi dust.
Oh, it
Yes.
is. Oh, okay.
Ah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, so then you immediately become the observer of everything and you're sending out those sparkles. It's the fastest way to divine alignment, just working with sparkles. Yes, Darren.
I was wondering if you could talk a little more about aligning with divine will.
So that's a good question. When you look at, where's my picture? Here. This working with all the chakras in alignment, and there's the crown chakra, and you send it straight up to source, that anchors back down into the yellow. This is where the divine will, divine authority, divine alignment is very golden, this energy. And it's gratitude. Gratitude for yourself. It creates that spine alignment. So this is the base of the spine. When the root chakra is in balance, your two kidneys and your two adrenals are balanced. There's no issues with them. That the adrenals are fight or flight, so you're feeling safe and you're in your divine alignment that goes straight to source, straight to the divine mother, the divine father, the oneness. And it just goes, the energy goes up and down, up and down. It's moving all the time, but this is the power spot. That's your divine authority. That's where the fifth dimension, where you manage change with gratitude. And it's connected to your divine will, that golden energy. Mhm. Does that explain it?
Well, from what I get, it's being in alignment with all your chakras, really, I guess, and coming to your PowerPoint here in the gold, eh?
So your solar plexus, and see how it's the solar, it's your sun energy right in the middle of and it's below the heart, but it's a really powerful place to know that you can anchor your self-worth there, the law of give and receive. Yes, and there's Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
Hello, everyone. I have a question about the ego section.
Hmm.
Because some people say that it's not good to have ego at all. Some people say that having ego gives you some protection. So, how to find the balance of having a good amount of ego, and what is the explanation that you guys have for that, for ego overall? Because there is a lot of yeah, different theories about egos out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love what Sanat Kumara says. He just says it's a delightful part of our personality. And all we need to do is really reassure it. And then it settles down. And that's what I've found too. When you love yourself, the ego just settles down. And I love what he says. Where did he say? Yeah, when you reassure, it's because it's your mental and emotional body that they are not being shut down, then they allow you to operate in the higher vibration. hmm So he just says, talk to it, reassure it, love it, appreciate it, and then not to worry about it because it's not interfering anymore because it tends to interfere. Yeah. And it was very helpful when we were in all survival mode, which is pretty much what most lifetimes were. It did help protect us, but we don't need that now because we're now realizing there's nothing to fear. hmm We're letting all the fear and the anger dissipate. hmm
So basically, the more in peace and in love we are, the less we'll need to deal with calming down the ego.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, it does work. So, and the hands-on healing where you put your hands on your shoulders and cross, yeah, that really helps. That brings you into a place of the masculine and the feminine energies inside and balance inside, and the ego just calms right down. Self-love, self-worth. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jane, did you want to say something or Stefan?
Yes, Jane.
Jane?
I've also heard that the acronym for ego is edging God out.
Mm.
So it's interesting, the power play between the mind and the heart, and I completely support that the more you love yourself, the less you're in competition for that need to um, be in a performance state. It feels like when I see people with big egos, um, it's like there's a insatiable need for attention and approval and fast talking and things. So it's such a small word, which has huge meaning
hmm
when you understand how valuable but invaluable it is at the same time. For if I feel like when I'm in ego, I'm being triggered by something that I almost need to defend myself,
hmm Yeah, and
which
that's yes. And the Buddha talked about that with compassion. All need to defend. Ego defensiveness drops away when we're in that place of non-judgment. hmm Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. What was it again? Edging God out.
edging God out.
Wow.
That makes so much sense because God is love. So when you're
Mhm.
in a sense of love, you have no ego.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, and that performance piece too. I love that. Yeah, right. Very good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And Ken or Lillian?
It's Lillian.
Lillian.
When I find that my ego starts to yap away at me, and it does, unfortunately, I kind of went, I'm getting tired of this. So what I do is I just kind of take myself and take a step back.
Mhm,
And when I take a step back, I go into observer mode.
mhm,
because then I can take a breath and I go, oh, okay, so what's the ego going on and on and on about? And sometimes it's going on and on and on about nothing. It's just yapping away to entertain itself most of the time. And I'm like, I don't really need to be entertained. So once I take that step back and go into an observer mode, it's usually, I find that my ego is just trying to, I don't know, take up space, talk to itself, whatever it's doing. And it's not really useful to me.
Mhm.
So that's why sometimes if you go into observer mode, you can get a different, higher perspective for yourself.
Mhm.
So maybe that'll help you if sometimes there could be something interesting there, but until you take that step back and go into observer mode, you're not going to be able to find that whether there's really something important there or whether it's just your ego yapping.
Mhm.
So it might help you in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can even take a whole bucket of Yofi dust and dump it all over yourself.
Good idea. Even better.
It works. It really works. It's like fairy dust. You just go, okay, well, what's going on here? Whoosh, and then it brings clarity. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's the colors. And then if you breathe it in, oh my gosh, and you might even dream. Like I've dumped myself with Yofi dust and then dreamed about something, and it's like, oh, that's exactly what I needed to know. And usually it's something to do with control. It's control. So it's just fun. It's more fun to I love that the gifts and the tools that the higher realms give us, they all have a bit of a sense of humor to them. So when we're laughing, then the ego is more reassured when we're kind of giggling about things.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
It's
keep it hugging.
also a great encoder for learning is laughter.
Yeah. Oh, laughter is amazing. Yes.
Best medicine.
The best medicine. None of the old systems can stick in laughter. They can stick with tears and, some of the other anger and whatever. But when you're laughing, everything all just dissolve away. Mhm.
I
Okay.
want to, can I just jump in, Kathleen? Just
Yeah.
one little thing. It's really, we're in a funny situation being humans right now because we do forget about our divinity. We really do forget. And one of the ways that you can remember the fact that we live in unconditional love, whether we're aware of it or not, is to think of everywhere you are all the time, in your room, in your city, on the planet, in the solar system, wherever. Our stage is love. If we're in a play, our set has been constructed by love. So we're never, whatever prop you pick up, it's love. It's never away. And so thinking of unconditional love and being one with the source and being part of that wholeness that we are, to me, is really thinking about our stage is love.
Beautiful.
Always.
All the world is a stage. Didn't Shakespeare say that?
Yes.
Mhm.
And you know who Shakespeare was? Saint Germain.
Mm.
Yeah. So yes, I agree. That's beautiful. Thank you. I love that. Yes, we are. Love is all around us. So beautiful. Okay, with on that note, shall we send some love out to the world?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see if I can find we'll put up the slide with all the sparkles. Okay, so I'll set the timer and I'll put myself on mute and let's do this. Okay, see everybody in 10 minutes.
Yay.
Okay. That's 10 minutes. Mm. That was beautiful. How is that for you, Barbara?
Very good. I felt a cooling sensation.
Oh, nice. That's probably that's one of your guides. Nice. Good work. Good. Yeah. And you're wearing the yellow.
I'm working on my solar chakra. It's the year of the horse, so I'm getting my horsepower ready.
I love it. The fire horse.
Ride a cowboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good work. That's
I'm from
nice.
the Texas of Brazil, so I'm a cowgirl.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So any other comments or anybody want to share what their meditation was like or anything? Oh, Ken, did you?
Yeah. I started out by riding Kuan Yin's dragon
Nice.
and dumping Yofi dust
Oh, good. Excellent. All over the planet?
all over.
Yeah. Did you focus on any specific areas?
No, I
Just
really didn't. But then I segued into um, the Beach Boys have a song that they sing for Christmas, and
okay.
it's called The Little Saint Nick.
Mm.
And I started um, having that go around in my head. So I was just kind of
You were
enjoying
bopping.
that.
Yeah, you were bopping on the dragon with Kuan Yin and dumping Yofi dust everywhere. That sounds really fun. Thank you. That lightened up the planet.
Sure.
That's what we need. That's great. Thank you. Okay. Well, it was really nice seeing everybody again. Lovely. And we'll be back next week. I'm just going to draw all compassion and everything that we learned in the root chakra all together so we can have kind of an overview. Yeah. So there won't be any pages really in the book to read. It's just going to be like an overview of everything we've learned so we can kind of integrate it. Compassion, the law of sacred purpose, and the first dimension, and a bit of understandings about the root chakra, the foundation of our being. Yeah.
Kathleen, can I ask a favor?
Mhm.
Can I let people know about my new Substack project?
Yes, of course.
Awesome. Well, I am doing daily card readings and sharing them for free on Substack. This is a new project I'm doing where I'm asking to see sort of the emotional currents of the day, which is what the title of the Substack is. So I'm doing a 5-card pull to sort of see what's in store for us today as a one species, as a one collective humanity here on the planet for the day. And then it's very short with just some insights on how to sort of surf the waves if they're there. So if anybody would like to find me, I just called it Emotional Currents. And if you're on Substack, it's very easy to follow. And you just get the email right into your inbox if you have a subscription. So thank you for letting me share that.
Yeah, no problem. You sent me a link to it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah,
Sure.
send me the link and then I'll send it out.
Sure, that'd be great.
Okay, good. Good work. We
Thanks.
love these projects. This is what changes the planet from these projects. Beautiful. Good work. Okay. All right. Did you want to share something, Jane? Did
Yes,
you?
I'm trying to show you. Steph and I got ink the day before we left. I got ink. So this one on my arm, I don't know if you can see it, but it's attached.
Wow.
It's the lotus with
Yeah.
the sun and the moon and the infinity, and I forget what these are called, and the 3 dots represent something. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And you reminded me that the lotus is the
Yeah, the
crown
crown chakra.
chakra and
Yeah.
everything. And so what was interesting about it was my 2026 turning the page. I read The Power of Now. I may have shared that already while I was down there, Eckhart Tolle's book. And I knew that I had to surrender in 2026, that was my message, both the takeaway from the book, but also for myself. And surrender isn't giving up, it's letting go. And on the other side of surrender is joy and freedom and peace and all of that. And so I was just going to get a lotus tattoo. And then I went back to the original tattoo artist. I have 4 tattoos. I never intended to have one. I now have 4. They've all been when I've been in Puerto Escondido, starting in 2016. So I went back to the original fellow. I don't know if you can see this. And it was keep your heart open for infinity. I went through 2016 was a breakthrough year for me because I retired early from my corporate job and jumped off the high diving board in many aspects of my life, and I just had to trust that there was going to be a soft place to fall, and it was. I was reinventing myself on many levels, and so then I went back to Lewis, introduced him to Stefan, and Stefan got inked as well. And what Stefan got was this, which is Stefan, go ahead.
So it's Om Mani Padme Hum,
Mhm.
and it's some art that I've looked at for almost a year now, I guess about 9 months, and it's been sitting on my desk, and I brought it down with me, and at the last day or so before we left, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to get it done. And I also brought I got a lion on my left shoulder because I'm a Leo, and
astrologically,
astrologically
he's a Leo. I'm sure he's a double Leo.
Yeah.
He hasn't had his chart done professionally yet, but I feel he's a double Leo for many reasons. And the Leo birthstone is a ruby. So I also introduced him to a jeweler down there that I know, and he had a ruby ring custom made out of silver, and the artist Alan's signature is a wave. That's how you identify it. So when we went in to talk to Lewis at Porto Tattoo, he immediately saw Stefan's ring and he says, did Alan make this? And he himself has one with a big amethyst. He's had it for 10 years. And so on Stefan's left shoulder is a lion facing in towards him. Would you like to share?
Would I? Would you
Yes.
like me to share?
I think so, because it's so powerful how everything just with ease and grace flowed into. It wasn't planned for him to come to Puerto Escondido. He came, he changed, he extended his trip, and then he didn't want to leave.
It's having too much fun.
I feel like we should have a book club trip to Porto Escondido next time.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
yes,
wow, look at that lion. It looks like a man. Wow, that's
right?
there too.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
It's quite a remarkable work of art. And this was just done on the 15th of January. So they're still healing and fresh and that. But everything, for the amount of time that we spent toes in the sand, like swimming underwater, swimming in the sand, being free, no shoes, riding around on an ATV, no helmet. I know it sounds reckless, but it wasn't, because I trust Stefan, and it just felt like the real thing to do. We even slept outside after we had to move out of my friend's other house, and we slept on the top palapa. So we had no windows. We had birds waking us up in the sun in the morning, and it was the most freeing, divine feeling ever. And so when you were saying to me to connect with nature, Stefan also went and identified 44 or 45 plants in the yard. the birds. He could record the birds and tell us what they were, where they had been sighted, and we just fell in love. Like it was just turkey vultures at this Carrisleo beach that were doing. We were not sure what they were
They were
doing.
dancing.
They
like-
were on some sort of mission, and it was truly remarkable and grounding. And what the Mexicans like to do is they stand in the water and they just stand there, and the waves, their feet are on, not all of them swim, but they'll stand up to a certain amount, and then the motion of the waves and that. And I recognize how important now after today's class of what they were doing.
Yeah,
Um,
they're burying themselves in Gaia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kathleen.
Mhm.
And it was such a clear beach. Like it was called Carrisleo, and there was another beach where more of these were Mexico City Mexicans at Carrisleo, whereas the beach closest to us, Playa Manzanillo, was more of the families. Like 16 family members would come and set up on the beach on their towels, feed themselves, drink, share, do everything. It was a different vibe. It was very family oriented. The simple pleasures of being outdoor. It was remarkable. It was absolutely so. And to be an observer, you can't read a book when you're at the beach. You just want to be watching everything. And it was, it really is a special, special place. And I'm so grateful that we got to spend that amount of time, because I feel better, and I know Stefan and I did a lot of work while we were there.
Beautiful. Thank you. What a lovely share.
Mhm.
Well, we're happy that you're home.
Thank you.
Yes, and onwards and upwards, and we'll all just drink in that beautiful vacation that you just shared with us.
And you were there too, Kathleen, so it's relatable to you.
Oh yeah,
in
Puerto
terms of-
Escondido is really a special spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Wow, I'm so happy for you guys.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, shall we reconvene until next week, everyone?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds great.
beautiful. All right. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Kathleen, have a wonderful
great
week,
week, everybody.
Yeah, you too.
Well,
Take care.
bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Mhm.